First of all, I would like to introduce the investors who are going to grill today. We'll have 2 online, 2 offline. And I'm happy to invite Samvel, Akobian, CEO and co-founder of Lilo. And I believe I'll compliment you doing the great job. Thank you. Oleg Karizskyi, manager, investment manager of our Ventures. Oleg, happy to see you. Also, we have online Magira, managing director, ICLUB, and Jussi Muurikainen, founder of and main Evangelist, Bridge of Trust founder. I hope you can hear us already, and I hope that we'll see you too now. A few more seconds, please. That's a wonderful example when we have a combination of online and offline, and I think we're doing great. I beg your pardon, there are some technical issues.
To have you here, guys. Can you hear us, Anna?
Yes, we can hear you. Hi, hello.
Hi, Jussi?
Yes, I'm also here, but I cannot use Magira today.
Неправда, ми вас бачимо.
Well, that's not true because we can see you. Let's say we got acquainted. So I'm inviting our first speech to the stage, Alexander Maslovsky. Alexander, you have 3 minutes. Not yet. Now go. Good day, everyone. My name is Alexander. I'm the CEO of startup Vyshevai. Maybe you heard about it, but it will be about a different thing today. Let's talk and say that everything that surrounds us every day is the corporate merch. We all have a hoodie that we were given at work with a logo, and usually it's somewhere on the shelf in our closet. But merch is encouraged to do something else. It is to enhance the brand because it increases the recognition of the brand to 2.5 times more. But why aren't people using it? Because it is expensive. And also the 45% of costs are lost due to inefficient design and operational processes. Therefore, we came here to create this. We created Vyshevai platform where you can create the corporate merch very fast and easy. Only 3 steps. First is to choose an item that they create, to generate the design using AI that is going to have the values of the company and make an order and to press the button, wait. Why use us? Because it's fast. We are making merch in 1 or 3 days when it's urgently needed. We do not need to look for many contractors for different items to collect merch package because we have all contractors on our platform. AI can replace the designer, but I will not say this because designers can also be our customers. And high quality, that's very cool because we verify all contractors. The market merch is huge. It's over 23 billion. The company is already spending money, but no ways how to do it conveniently. We are oriented on IT companies open for innovation and the companies that have big communities in Ukraine, Poland, and the Baltics countries. And we plan to take 10% of this market. Our competitors are not either fast. We are the single solution in the market that closes all needs at the same time. Our traction. What about our traction 2 months after testing? We have 260,000 hryvnias of revenue, and we spent 0 on the advertising, and one of our clients has already joined us twice, which increases our value. How we make money? Well, first of all, we are selling merch with in accordance with a transaction model with 30% margin for standard items. Also, we have the SaaS monetization with focus on a broad scaling and subscription for our merch. When we get investment, we will start moving even faster. In 1 year, we plan to have 300, 500 active businesses clients, to launch SaaS solutions in Ukraine and Eastern Europe. Our team really knows how to do it all, how the design, as a designer with 7 years of experience, Dmytro has launched commercial projects, developing applications with a total of 200,000 users. Zakhar and Vasil. So we are looking for $250,000 to extend our scale for marketing and to create account management. So let's rethink merch together and let's make it in such a way that it would actually strengthen and enhance the brands. If you want to invest in Vyshavai, you come to us. It would only take 5 minutes. Thank you. Oleg, let's start with you. Thank you for the presentation. I hope you can hear me. I have a question. So, what pain and problem did you find among the potential clients that made you to be so motivated to go in for such type of business in 2025? Pain of customers lies in the following, that the merch takes much of operational resources. In the company that I work full-time, I have a separate department that covers the orders of merch. When we order the merch package, we're looking for many contractors for different items, and indeed it is very difficult because the process of approving all of it takes weeks, and therefore, it is indeed a big pain, and it is very much time-consuming and all costly. Sometimes merch is needed urgently, like Kyiv School of Economics is one of our clients. They ordered the merch and they need...
So, merchandise and some presents for the partners. So you need to hire designers. The system can upload everything you need and regenerate if you don't like it, re-edit, and so you don't need to spend too much time for iterations and approvals. Right. Samvel, thanks you. That's a great idea. In the presentation, you talked about SAS, a platform that you will be passing. Why do you need to pass the SAS platform if you're creating such a great product? You are checking your quality, but why do you need a white label? The reason is that in order for this product to exist, you need a mass network of suppliers. Suppliers abroad takes a lot of time to have a local person. It's difficult and it's costly. So this kind of solution helps us to integrate into existing suppliers who can generate leads on the site, or those who want to buy a communication platform that helps you communicate between suppliers and customers as franchise or commercially. So we have the solution that generates us commission for each generation that a person is doing. Okay, understood. It's just that in your presentation you said that you wanted to have 10% of the market. That's it's a simple question regarding if you want to take 10% of the market, You have to leave the customer's way with you. It's the last mile, because the market is very competitor, and suppliers that do this job, there are a lot of them. Well, 10% maybe wasn't too correct. 10% is the market that we measured in Ukraine and Baltic states, where it's realistic to build logistics to supply merch from Ukraine. I talked to some of the people who have experience in that, and people said that it's easier to produce in Ukraine and transport there than to produce there locally. So these are countries that logistically close to us. So if you talk about the cost of the product, is this market value or higher than the market or lower than the market? We're a bit lower than the market value. 30%. Sometimes it's 100% if it's a stick pack or a leaflet. So the supplier cost depends on different factors, depending on technical characteristics. Lower than market because these operational costs and design take about 40-45%. So we set it a bit as like 30. So we provide competitive price and have additional value. Okay, last question. When you talk about AI, as far as I understand, it's not AI. It's templates that use some AI. No, there are templates of goods, but the print itself you can generate with AI. Not yours, though. No, it's we used existing AI algorithms. It's not that they'll AI when you say a dog and it paints a dog. Our AI is two stages. First, it elucidates the images that, like something, resilience or something, and then the AI selects the symbols, and can depict them. And third stage, put it in the vector format, which makes it much faster, the production much faster, and it allows to produce embroidery, etc. Okay, thank you. So AI modeling is used with tools. Just put it into vector. That's what you do. There's also already a tool, but in this format. But you united it, right? Yeah. Okay, Anna. Right. Thank you. A short question. So you say in the year 11 millions in the year. So what's your ambition? What's the market that you want to cover? Well, we want to be one of the leaders in distribution of merch in Eastern Europe, but that depends on how quickly the hypothesis. Well, we have several things, and we have to test them. At the moment, I'm not ready to say. Okay. Well, competitors. Do you have competitors with the Small 22? We know about this company. We found out about this company just the day before yesterday on one of the mentors meetings. We started researching. Started looking at the flow on the website. We found some challenges, and we want in the near future to talk with the founders so that we can share our own vision. You say we can see you. Can you hear us? And if you have a question, please ask.
Is there a disconnection between us? Yes, please.
There is some voice problems. Okay. This is more like a comment that you have to talk with us later because we know a great company to work with. Sort of maybe part of your solution when integrated. So please contact me after the event.
Ну, там хороші новини. Там лише хороші новини. Вас запрошують поспілкуватися після.
Окремо.
You're very glad to hear. Thank you.
Добре, колеги. Чудово. У нас є декілька хвилин для того, щоб...
So we have a couple of minutes to give the feedback, 30 seconds each, what the startups should focus on to grill it. I think and I recommend to think about your product as a big market player and find some good contractors in the world. And if you can localize production in Ukraine, do logistics in Ukraine, it's great. But don't put the product on white label. This is your strong point, and you have to develop it into a competence. Me, as a person from venture fund, I still need to understand more competitive advantage because, as far as I understand, the entry point to this market is quite low, and you can create this quite quick. I understand that your potential advantage is access to suppliers who can do great things, some design, but we understand that this marginality becomes smaller and smaller. Everybody has this access to the same technologies. Having such pledges as Greenfall and Baltics, I'm sure you heard about it. So some kind of uniqueness, some kind of unique problem that you can focus, that can be your advantage. Right, thank you. Anna. So if you're interested in venture things, you have to go into market analysis. Because if we look at your sum 11 million, that's not the case yet. So focus on this, I guess. It's not realistic to think about, because if you know what you want to be in 5 years, and try to analyze the market as much as you can, so that you are ready. What you're doing differently, because indeed there are companies that are already quite successfully taken part of the market. How are you going to compete with them? It's hard to even talk about it. Right, thank you.
Yes, please. Very briefly, could you please comment on the pitch?
My favorite way to say it is try to narrow the segment that you want to be the best in the world. Who is your customer? The exact ideal customer profile to be as narrow as possible. Because in the world there is a lot of room for this. So you have to select your segment really carefully.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We appreciate your input. Thank you. Давайте поаплодуємо і підтримаємо. Дуже дякую.
So I'm happy to invite our next startup, Violeta Makarik, startup Domova. Violeta, please, the floor is yours. So hello everyone. I want to say that we came here for advice, and when you hear criticisms, first it might be sad, but we are happy to hear experts' advice, and we heard a lot of new things. So I want to present to you today our project that is called Domova. All of our team, which is about 10 people, they are all from systemic businesses. So for us, the technological side world is something new, but we're trying to have everything that we have in real estate sectors to put it into technological part, because that's what we believe in, and that's what where we are moving. So Domova.com, you can check our platform, United House Boundless Opportunities. We work with old and dilapidated housing. So what's our competitive advantage is that we are uniting the owners for their shared sales of houses. Usually it's very difficult for people to agree and sell their assets as one package. We also offer the investors a tool where investors can get to the platform and find the building that is going to be interesting for them and see all the parameters. So currently statistics show that in Ukraine, before the large-scale invasion, there were 30,000 houses that were close to very extreme deterioration, and the number is getting higher. And we're also trying to do the so-called revitalization of cities. When there is a new housing emerges, when investors come, they buy out land parcels and the entire houses, repurposing that for other assets, commercial or redevelopment for the same purpose. So we've seen the numbers that is necessary for reconstruction, both in European market. Now the numbers are updated, but you can basically see that there is a market. So the way our product works, you as a user or so you can get to the platform, file an application that you want to sell your apartment. You then join forces with your neighbors. This is very important. Otherwise, there's no deal. And then we provide assistance to resettlement process and throughout the entire deal. So, and then it's where the investor buys out the land parcel or a housing asset. And then everyone is helping them to resettle to a new house. So thanks to our project, we are also improving the quality of our assets. So let's start grilling. So thanks for the presentation. Oh, we have a lot of questions. So let's start. What's your technological stack? You decided to work with real estate. It's basically a platform. It's a mapping. So yeah, a map. As you can see, there we have about 7,000 houses. We have digitized about 18 regions, and there's also a sign where there's more than 75% residents have agreed to sell. So this is the threshold. If the red red, it's 35%. Orange, 35-75. If it's higher than 75, it's green, and more than 75%. So how do you find this asset? Through there are different ways. First, we talk with locals, also public search information. We find where are some problematic housing assets. Plus, we work with real estate agencies to agree with the owners, a realtor process. So they also can tell us that, yeah, there is a house over there and there that requires resettling. Then we are coming in and we cooperate. So both authorities and real estate agencies. Right, thank you. And how do you plan to make money? What's your investment? So what's the commission? From 6 to 12%, but it depends on location, size of the object, and so we work with in different cities of Ukraine, not yet abroad, but Samvel. So technologically, you don't have anything. It's basically a website with a card with markings of the objects, and your expertise is basically real estate expertise that you're using in the communication. So technologies that would allow to us evaluate a neighbor or the degree of dilapidation of the housing, you don't have it. Well, platform has technical characteristics. Yeah, sure, but it's just a website that has information. As a registered user, and the website can give you all the information and basically search. Yeah, but as far as I understand, resettlement is a difficult and a toxic and a very murky market. So to scale it up is very difficult. It's constant offline processes with talking with owners and buyers because it's classic real estate. Yeah. But we have people who work like internal personnel and real estate agencies who usually work with these people.
Also, we have psychologists outsourced, and we have processed with them all scripts, all pains or motivations for these people. That is heavy work. Okay, I got it. But frankly speaking, this is not about technology, it's about consulting, right? In my opinion, right? This project is not about technology, it's about the good quality consulting. Then it's clear. But that's a very difficult project. Yeah, I'm thanking you for your feedback. Thank you. Anna? I have a question about your team. You said 10 persons, right? Staff, 10 people. Who are these people? Tell us more. And where are you located now? Apart from this number of objects on your platform, like what have you managed to achieve already? Okay, where we are now, our main office is in Odessa, and we are partly presented in Kyiv. I mean, our personnel, our staff, because our team mostly works online. We also have Lviv, and that is our geography of the project. As for our staff, we have product manager, the personnel working directly with people and also are looking for this real estate objects, so the financial legal department then, and well, that's it. That's the composition, and the investors. I see. I don't think I told you everything. Where are you? What have you achieved already? Oh, I see. At the end of the last year, we registered the company in Moldova. So we are now in Ukraine, Moldova, and we are in the negotiations to have partnership with local self-governments and real estate agencies, one of the leading ones, because they're usually local partners. Also, we plan to go to Romania. Well, Europe, that's more like in process, but mostly it's Ukraine and Moldova. That's what we can openly talk about now. Super, thank you so much. Jussi, is there anything you would like to add?
Yes, I want to add that many times the team struggles about communicating their solution and the thing. So I provide you free of charge help to do better communications about your idea, what you are doing, because you didn't succeed here to me to understand what you are actually building. So please share my contact information. I want to help you for free.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your generosity.
Thank you.
Дякую за pitching. Чекайте, в нас тепер зворотні.
Thank you for your pitching. Now it's feedback. 30 seconds of feedback. Mr. and Madams, please, grilling or instructions. Anna. I didn't expect you would start with me. Okay. You have to prepare for pitching and to understand what you're presenting. Because, in fact, only thanks to questions we managed to realize a bit more about what you do. But it should have been in the pitch, you know. So all standard items of pitching, you just have to process them. And now you got the suggestion of help, the proposal of help. So therefore, you have to prepare. Yes, okay, thank you. Samvel? What you do is a really important thing that is needed in life, and it is a big problem. This is a very complex work, but if you want to talk about technologies, you have to have R&D in place. You have to make a research, because unfortunately you do not have a technology, you have a website, and a website is not about technologies. If you want in this sphere to speak about technologies, you ought to study this direction. Thank you. Thank you. Oleg? Yes, I agree with the comments. Maybe you don't even need a technological aspect, you just need to execute, because your business is clear, the problematics is clear, it's very much in need, so venture investment could be there. So just do what you do now, angel investors, and that's all, and you'll be fine. Okay, thank you. We are wishing you good luck. Very inspiring, thank you. So we can pass the floor to our next speaker. Please, this is your working tool, and I invite Vyacheslav Urdik, Mindship. Let's greet him with applause. Thank you. When did you feel stressed out? 8 out of 10 people, including me and you, report regular stress, and this figure also rises for Gen Z. And I was inspired by the story of my girlfriend who has overcome the disorder, mental disorder. Many people, especially the young population, they constantly face the issues of stress and anxiety. Loss of productivity for trillions, $91,000, that is the price of stress for a company out of 100% personnel. And by the way, mental health of the employers directly impacts the success of your business. So we were thinking, what if you had a personalized assistant that would help you to achieve the good condition? And that's inspired us to create Mindship. We are combining the science, your data, and AI to create a personalized practices that will help you to reduce the level of stress, to manage stress, or to boost the level of concentration in a few minutes. And the dynamic everyday plans and long-term programs that will help you to enshrine the results. How does it work? Tell me how you feel, what you want to achieve. And our AI will analyze your breathing patterns and data about your sensations. And in a few minutes, you will get the personalized breathing practice adapted to your personal rhythm and needs, helping you achieve the desired condition. The last medical research showed that the breath work boosts the level of energy and are more efficient than meditation. All practices are recommended by AI have been carefully selected and created by therapists. And every month, millions of users are looking for solutions that we're helping out with. The market of the digital well-being is increasing, and the young population is looking for scientific grounded and personalized solutions for their health. And our approach builds the future of personalized well-being, adapted to needs and the condition of everyone. We are using subscription model and launching on the main platforms. We seek to provide a simple access to achieve the desired state of mind when it's needed the most. In the past months, we have signed 3 LOIs and got many positive feedback from our users. We have experience in management, data science, AI, mobile apps, design, marketing, And but with support of the qualified therapists, we are sure we are going to succeed. We're going to attract investment Q4, Q3, 2025. Let's build together the future of well-being. Thank you. It sounds like a plan. Let's build together. But what exactly, Samvel? This is your niche, healthcare. We're waiting for your comments. It's bad that it's my niche, but you will manage. Okay, the trend is obvious. The direction is clear. So what do I start with? Maybe not with me. Well, what else but for breathing practices would you like to develop in the app? Well, at the moment we have launched with the breathing practices, yes, because it's the most efficient way, and we target now in the assistance in momentum. After this, there will be long-term recommendations. Apart from the breathing practices, there will be other practices scientifically grounded, and they will also be more personalized, like yoga, meditation, or anything else that has a scientific reasoning. We don't talk about the way to achieve it, but we're thinking about the end result, when the person achieves something they were desiring to. Okay, it got even worse now. For me, sorry, that's not about you. You see, we have the medical and scientific-based, medical-based, scientific-based. Are you speaking about the scientific-based at the moment, at the scientific-based, not medical-based? I see. Do you understand what ocean of not even red, but scarlet, I would say, bloody scarlet ocean you're trying to enter? Yes. What is your traction now? At the moment, this month, we launched MVP for the limited number of users we had in wait list, and we got the first feedback, and we are now improving. At the end of this month, we are going to launch the product with subscription, and it will be available for everyone. Okay, I'm not going to ask questions about AI model or Israel protocol, not Israel protocol. I don't know what you're using, but I'm wishing you good luck. Two most important user acquisition that you will see in the US you will not be satisfied with them. Think about markets and study every market in details. Okay, you will have instructions, but let's do questions first. Okay, thank you. Tell me about your experience and the experience of 2-3 co-founders that you have. We are 2 co-founders. My experience is over 6 years on mobile app and work with mobile monetization. And Anas, my co-founder, 15 years in marketing with different companies and startups. In general, we have up to 10 people in the startups, actually 10, with different experience. We have a qualified therapist who has a big experience with breathing practices on the scientific matter. And then we also have the medical sphere specialist and AI. What is the vision in 10 years, let's say? What do you see yourself in 10 years? In general, well, the aim of the startup is to help everyone to achieve the state of mind they want to achieve. Everyone means like everyone or some category of population. To all. We are now targeting Gen Z or Gen Z as the population that has been suffering from this the most, according to McKinsey survey. Jussi.
Questions?
Can I comment now?
Sure.
Okay.
Encourage you to.
First, there was this one thing that you are sort of focusing into something. That's really good. So you are not trying to fix all the problems. And I haven't heard about the same kind of a startup yet, so I think there is some potential. But then I would like to ask that how have you explored B2B partnerships and channels and different kinds of delivery models instead of B2C as a business model?
In general, we are going to try B2C, and B2B2C models. If we speak about B2C, this will be engagement via influencers marketing, cooperation with therapists, institutions, and institutes. And if speak B2B2C, we are going to collaborate with the companies who already have or want to have certain wellness package and want to increase the productivity of their team.
Answer. Thanks.
Thank you. Anna, чи є у вас питання?
Anna, do you have questions? Yes, I have the following question. In 3 years, which markets do you want to be present? During this year, we are going to test the markets of UK and US and select the one that shows best results and to focus on it. Next, we are going to, well, judge by the situation. It can be the markets LATAM and the Middle East. I mean, Latin America and what about the number of subscribers? By the end of the year, we plan to have 5,000 of subscribers, and that's we didn't analyze anymore. So I'm just wondering, how can you have 8 million in 3 years? I can tell you now. In general, in 2026, we plan to hold testing of mindset kits, and this is the app for the younger generation because they also have a very high level of stress when they go to school or when they pass exams. And we intend to hold testing of the medical sphere. I mean, the places of rehabilitation after complex surgeries or injuries. I see. Super. Thank you. So Q&A session is over. Now the instructions, feedback. I'm looking at you, Samvel. Okay, I see that. Okay, medicine, that's a good niche. You cannot argue with that, for sure. I can tell you only one thing. I will give you my phone number. I'm ready to spend much time just giving you consultations because this domain is very interesting. But medicine or medical sphere is such a sphere when having only one point like breathing, you cannot provide LTV. You will be spending much money on involvement, but you will be losing them very fast as well. Unfortunately, that's the way this industry works. So you definitely have to expand domain, but to focus on, let's say, mental health, right? Or family, I don't know, breathing. But you definitely have to study it more. I will give you my contact details, and I'm wishing you success. Thank you. Thank you, Oleg. Venture conclusion is it will be very difficult to attract. If you want to follow the venture track and invest and venture funds, it will be very difficult because of a very strong competition and lack of some differentiation. So I don't know what plans you have, bootstrap or to engage angels, but in any case, I'm wishing you success. So please hold on. Okay, thank you. Everyone is so inspiring. You were supposed to grill, but you're being so soft. Well, but that's the niche where you have to be. I see. You see.
Я поняла. Дякую. Jussi.
Like hundreds of these kind of companies per year, from some angle, trying to solve the same problem. But I think this one was actually pretty good because you're in a bit small area. But you have to really focus on something. Once again, the same that I tell every time. If you know your customer, you're the exact group, and how to reach it, you have a potentially globally. But you have to find out what is that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Дякую вам за виступ.
Thank you for your pitch. That's support with applause. Okay, thank you so much. And I would like to give floor to our next startups. Oleg Svet, Star Bob, please come to the stage. Star Bob. Oleg.
Передній спікер, розумію. Робочий інструмент. Я так мікрофон нікому не хочу віддавати теж.
I'm Oleg, co-founder of StackBob. Let me tell you a story about Bob. Bob was an IT admin, a great guy, but that manual access management, it was getting him. He was worried about security compliance risks in overlooked access. He was frustrated by wasting hours on manual spreadsheets for onboarding and offboarding of employees, and also sad because about a quarter of the cost was wasted on unused licenses. The problem, he didn't know which. And of course he was looking for a solution. But for Samvel SSO, you would need unlimited budget for switching all your tools to enterprise plans, for custom APIs, a team of developers, and unlimited time. And what about automation tools? Well, they only support half of the stack. And today, an average mid-sized company actually is using about 100 tools. But with capabilities of generative AI, the number of in-house custom tools is projected to skyrocket. So it's going to get worse. But everything changed when Bob found StackBob, AI-powered access, license, and password management platform that is able to connect with any web app. It automates your IT workflows, secures your corporate data, handles compliance, and even saves you a ton of money for detecting and removing unused licenses. StackBob's superpower is in the technology. It's browser-based AI agent, unlike API or SSO technologies in competitors. Thanks to that, it's able to integrate with over 300,000 tools, not just a few dozen. Setup time takes hours instead of months, and also you don't need to spend ridiculous amount of money on upgrading all your tools to enterprise plans. You just need one subscription for the platform. Most of StackBob customers are mid-sized tech companies from the US, but it's also available in Europe and of course in Ukraine, where it's from. And the customers love the product, specifically for its power, but also for the simplicity of use and setup. The story of StackBob started about 3 years ago, and it actually took a few iterations to build the unique technology. Then it was recognized by Techstars Seattle Acceleration Program, from where StackBob basically finished in 2024. And now it's all about scaling customers and changing lives of IT and security teams around the globe. StackBob founders previously worked together on another B2B startup from MVP to $100 million exit in 3 years. And now they are going to try to replicate the success with StackBob. Join us on this exciting journey. Thank you so much.
Дякую, дякую. Brilliant timing, brilliant. Отож, пане інвестори, Олег, давайте розпочнемо з тебе.
So, let's start with you as investor. First question, what defensibility you have? So, the product is unique in the way how we connect with any application. Problem is that existing solutions on the market, they're using traditional old protocols, same old SSO or API for user management, but in order to use them, all apps and vendors and software providers, they require to buy these options, and they are mostly hidden in enterprise plans. So if you're a company that is growing and has grown to up 100 people, and you can't manually control everything, monitor everything, collect everything, you have the only one option is to upgrade your tools for enterprise plans. To activate the option of these SSO protocols, then you will have some kind of solution, and then it's then getting implemented long. So that's a limiting technology. Other than a lightweight browser agent that you can install, and it can connect to any web application and then allow to automate issuing access, monitoring the use of issuing access when you need. So you have 10 paid clients now.
Ви з 22-го року цим займаєтесь.
And you've been doing this since 2022. Can you tell us about the traction? Why only 10 customers, not 10, not 30? Why 10? Well, maybe that's a sort of old school approach to doing business. First to find a niche, being unique. So that took several iterations till we arrived at this technology, which now is working and performing well, and it's scalable. We were looking for positioning, strategy. So we started with onboarding smaller clients with small checks, $200 per month, but it didn't quite. For a bootstrap company, it's not a very good strategy. So we switched to a more of a mid-sized customers, and we are now selling from $10,000 per year subscriptions in order to sell such products. With enterprise, you need to have a bigger product or security and trust, so that takes a little time. But we are building, we're developing, and now we are we can be mid-sized deliverable. So okay, great. Samvel. It's a great thing, but what do you do with big size? Because there are corporate solutions, Microsoft solutions. What do you do with them? When are they going away, let's say? So we talked with leads from Microsoft who are working at the Microsoft. They suffer with spreadsheet for manual access to your teams, especially that's marketing, advertisement, because traditional old protocols are not supported in different tools, even in such big companies as Microsoft. So, and they were actually asking for this. So it's a strategy to add to enterprise the solutions to manage applications that they cannot. But to clarify my question, there are big corporations now who already have the tools to manage multiple access, huge security. There are even Microsoft solutions. Right. That's the problem, because Microsoft having these solutions, they still cannot manage all the tools. Not all tools support these protocols. Right. So they're big and they're limited in a number. What about competition now? Competition. Well, there are big blocks, two big companies. All traditional technologies. Second is SAS management platforms, whose main thing is managing licenses. But they're still focused on API integration. Identity management solution that wants to replace so we're talking about companies who started growing, and they're looking for identity providers who will help them to manage these tools. So we want to help them transition to big identity and become their replacement. How much of resource that you spend to support so many APIs? Because SAS solutions that are being developed, let's take the simplest example, revenue get, or something else. Every year, every 6 months, they are changing API. We don't need API or SSO to integrate with the products. We are using the browser agent that connects with the product without API. What do you do with security then? What about security? What about it? Well, there are two approaches. Impersonation. The agent uses your credentials as AT administrator and helps as your helper, a co-pilot, or it's a separate account that is created with an agent, and an agent working with their account. Okay, thank you. So it's a short spoiler of the next panel. And now, Anna, you can hear us, hopefully. Can you say what's your question? So I hope we can see. No, so feedback. What to focus on? What do you think about it? So this is about technology. It's about something that, yeah, we have to discuss. It's a great thing. It's a useful thing. Those who used to spend a lot of resources on that, they were losing permissions left and right. For the real sector, it's really good. You just have to start boosting it in terms of sales, because you have to grow, you have to provide higher quality, and that means you need money. In order to have money, you need customers. In order to have customers, you need product, yeah. So I think in terms of technology, yeah, each business starts using many services. There's no such thing that you're only using 2 standalone solutions and that's it. And everybody's using dozens solutions for your company. So it's a good thing. So not much grilling. But with the venture part, there will be questions regarding acquisitions and your capability to engage customers. Because it's me sitting and telling you 10 customers not too much. I'm just saying. We're still alive, 3 years and we're still alive, without investments, nothing. Good. But still, competition. I still don't understand too much of this market. There are a lot of competition. I've seen many times different pitches, and we have some company in the portfolio that also solves this kind of problem under different sauce. But the questions on acquisition will be the most important. Right. See, grilling can be different. It can be warming grilling. So, for the next panel discussion, so thanks a lot. Okay, here's an interesting situation for you. Yulia Fedosuk, Brenda Cash, are you with us online? Last call.
Airplane to investments is flying now.
Well, there's good news, there's bad news. Bad news, everything ends. Good news, everything ends. So, our startup didn't show up. Good news is we're back in timing. And I want to thank our investors now.